What's up, everybody? Hey, Melissa. How are you? So I don't have my glasses on, but I'm gonna try looking at the screen as good as I can. We're doing pretty good. Pretty active in the background. How you guys tonight? I guess I'm gonna set up a flashlight for them. Let me get a few things set up real quick. I planned on going on. Got all the stuff set up over there. I'm gonna set the flashlight up. Hope everybody's doing well. Should be a pretty good live. I'm going to go a little bit into detail about some things that I think people need to know about me. So as many of you guys know, you can be a good medium or you can be a bad medium. It basically is a path. You either choose a good side or you choose a bad side. But I've also learned that you cannot always just choose the good side, okay? There are things that are bad that should happen, because if you make changes to things that are good and bad, you can you can alternate what's going to happen. You can also manifest. That's also a part of manifesting. Keep that in mind. I also do want to let everybody know there's things that I do know about you that I would never tell anybody. I would never say anything if I hear it from my spirit guides or if I hear it from another spirit. I'll just go ahead and say it. Uh, Depending on what it is. With that being said, there's been some things that have been going on that I've noticed with certain individuals, let's put it that way. And I sometimes think karma would be a good thing with these people. And I'm being told, you shouldn't be doing this, and yes, I agree, I should not be doing this. However, I think that people need to learn their own lessons and learn from their mistakes, like I had, that I was forced to learn different ways of control and whatnot. But yeah, with that being said, there's people that think, oh, well, psychic mediums are good. Yeah, they can be good. They can be favorable. But you also have to turn that table every once in a while. And before, I used to never really speak out. I used to never say what was on my mind. And now I do. And now that I say what's on my mind, I get a lot of hatred or negative comments or heat from it. And I shouldn't have to do that. I'm a human being. We all make mistakes. We all live. But some people just seem to get away with everything, no matter what. And it's really starting to irritate me. Hi, Tiffany. So, I have in my mind something that needs to be done, and I want my spirit guides to help manifest these things to certain people. And I think you know who I'm talking about. Can you hit that light if you know who I'm talking about? Yep, there you go. Like I said, mediums are good. Mediums can be bad. Depending on what type of energy you give off, we're all going to feel the same energy. Either you're a happy person, you're a sad person, you're an evil person, we pick that up. That's the energy that we are able to connect with. And sometimes when the energy is negative, you kind of have to throw the other energy in its way to break a pattern. And I'm being told that they do agree. People need to learn their lesson. I got goosebumps, chills, just even talking about that. So yeah, people are going to learn. But also, don't think just because I'm nice to you does not mean that I don't hold grudges, because I do. And I remember them. And I remember them quite well. I know what you're thinking. I know what your spirits are thinking about you. I know what my spirit guides are telling me about you as well. So don't ever think that you can fool me. You cannot fool a fool. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not a negative individual, but I do believe in karma. And this is what I want. I want karma to start hitting everybody that has pushed me away or used me for any reason. I guess this is the darker side of me coming out, and I don't like it, but I know it has to happen. It's like you go to church, right? All they talk about is God. You don't ever hear about anything negative, no interaction between, the devil, nothing like that. It's real. He's real, and he's alive. Yep, enough is enough. And if I were to curse anybody, notice how it blipped up. Um, I think that these changes need to be made. I'm tired of being the good guy, but treated like the bad guy. And things are going to be reversed. And the people, like I said, the ones that think that they know me, truly don't know me. Nobody knows themselves better than themselves, except for spirits and whatnot. They know more about you than what you know about yourself, and I've said that over and over and over and over again. You know, a long time ago I would be like, oh, don't do that. It's going to change you as a person. You're not changing anything about yourself. You're expressing your feelings. You're expressing what needs to come out. Because if you don't express what needs to come out, it becomes a self-harbinger. You start doubting your own self. You don't think clear anymore. You don't act who you truly are. And that's why we are put on this earth, so we can act who we are, not who we want to be or who we need to be, but who we truly are from deep inside. And I'm being told very well said. So that's kind of like if you can't go up to somebody and say, hey, I have a problem with you about this or a situation, it can be good and it can be bad. But I think it needs to sometimes stand in a neutral ground. That way it's not being taken in the wrong way or a wrong category. But remember, psychics know exactly what you're thinking. They know if you have a long-term, let me put it this way, a long-term goal about somebody or something or some energy being off, or how you are being treated or how others are treating other people. I don't like that either, where I see somebody else getting mistreated by somebody. Is that a snitch? No, that's me being who I am. That's who we are as people. We need to stand up for ourselves and others and not take everything as just, oh, it's kosher, it's good. You know the old saying of, it is what it is? There is never it is what it is. When you start saying that, that is you giving up. That is you giving up the faith that you have in yourself. That is you losing yourself. You're not being true to yourself. It's not natural. Yeah, I think things are going to start changing, and May luck be with you. Because not everybody's going to start seeing the new me. But if I pick up on any bad, negative vibe that is coming from you, I will say something. Because it's got to be addressed. That those vibes that I get from people that are mean, they're nasty, they're intolerable, they hate themselves, they manifest on everybody else's distrust and their anger and all this shit. It's like they're feeding off of it. And I'm done playing with it. And that's another thing I want to reach into is the intent. There's intent on both sides. There's a good intent and there's a bad intent. Let me tell you, for a psychic medium, a psychic period, anybody that's sensitive, anybody that's had any paranormal experiences in their life, they are very aware of this energy. It is very real, and you will start feeling it back to the people that had done this to you. Okay? It's not to be taken lightly. So, does anybody have any questions or anything for me? Someone gave them a good idea. There is a breaking point. It's very tiring. It's tiring trying to please everybody all the time when you just harvest that negative energy from everybody. That energy needs to be released. They're telling me it's proven and it's what needs to be said and done right now as I'm speaking. A person can only tolerate so much. And it doesn't matter how strong you are, how mindfully powerful you are, or how spiritually in tune you are. Why be the nice guy when nothing's given back? Just saying. You can be neutral as an understanding of things. But you have to remain neutral for everybody else in their own sake and their own pleasure and their own everything? No. You don't. You can give them gratification, but you give yourself none. That's not how it works. I think you already know what the plan is. Yep. There's so much more to life to look into, and that can change and can be manipulated and all that. And it goes so far beyond the imagination. It goes so far beyond thinking. And what's funny about it is nobody ever taps into their self to look at anything deep anymore. They just want to see what's on the surface. Quit looking at what's on the surface. Look at what is all around you. Everything. Okay? Because if you're only looking at being a good person all the time, you're only seeing things at face value. And is that really helping you? Of course not. You know, and it all goes back to that old saying, treat others how you want to be treated. So why not treat others the way that they are treating you? You see my point? So there's things about, like, you know, the Bible I don't agree with, and I'm only reaching this as a mediumship, telling you guys this. You cannot turn the other cheek, okay? That is not a viable situation. That's not going to help you. Turning a cheek, the only thing that does is what's left. Problems are left. It does nothing to solve anything. I would rather have a disagreement with somebody than to just turn the cheek. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I used to be. I'm done with that. You cannot turn the cheek and let things be. Because, like I said, when you do that, it is what it is, comes along. And what did I say about that? I don't think any higher power would want us to be quitters. And it is what it is a quitting tribune. It is I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. Like, you can't do that because you're giving up. You know? And also question the what if. Okay, so what if you did, say something to somebody about, is it really going to hurt you in the long run? No. It's probably going to help you out. And that goes to the same people that talk shit behind everybody's back. And trust me, especially the ones at work and everybody else, I already know there are no secrets. There's no point in hiding. Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Yeah, you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll try to reach out. I might go ahead and do a brief reading for anybody. I like the saying, an eye for an eye, because that is exactly what it is, an eye for an eye. Now, does that fit into turning the cheek or looking away when someone disrespects you? Absolutely not. Exactly. So is something going on with somebody's forehead? Because I've just seen like a legit flash in my third eye that said something about somebody's forehead. So that's really interesting. And it came as like a black squared box, but it said forehead um, in the black box in white text. It was very weird. Like I legit seen it. And it's definitely referencing to somebody taking what I'm saying seriously. It's all about perception and reading people. Not only what they want to hear, but tell them the truth. It's a big lesson for us all. Know your true self before you can know anything about others. So maybe that's where I'm at. Is that I'm starting to see the true value in myself. And that's why it's so easy to read you guys. It's so easy to understand, to see where you mess up, to see where you slip up. Your actions, your words, what I see, what I hear, what you don't tell me, what you do tell me. It's all there. See, there's a reason why I chose this name, Seen From Within. You know, a lot of people really don't understand why I chose that name. It's because I had to see everything for myself. What every mistake that I've ever made, whatever decision that I have ever thought, whatever thing that I've done that was not right, whatever, anything. That's why I made this name, Seen From Within. Because if it wasn't for me opening up, I still would have been clueless to even know who I really was. believe that. Look at that. Yeah. Everybody needs to know too that not every spirit is good. Not every spirit comes through wanting to be good or talking good or understanding good things. Yeah, I can kind of push that information to them about, hey, this is what you guys need to do. This is what you need to do. Protection and everything like that, but it's their choice. And it's also free will. Jack Daniels is a bad spirit. Only if you knew the truth. So this is a prime example of what I'm talking about tonight. Is, I'm not going to lie to you, they're calling you an idiot, okay? My spirit guides are literally calling you an idiot. That's it. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Something about fornicating. I don't know. I don't know why they said that, but they were saying something about you fornicating. Oh wow. Yeah, see? So they're not very nice. I mean, normally I wouldn't say anything like this, but they were like, well, I can't say it on YouTube, so that kind of puts a damper on that, but it is what it is. Alright, I'm going to turn these lights off and then let that run for a little bit. Anybody has questions, feel free. I sure was. Friends, family, or foe is also what I heard. I think they were talking about your, well, I don't guess. They were talking about your I don't even have to say it. Light that up if you were talking about his, you know what? Steady. Sometimes they do come through as very insulting, but usually it's by the mood that you put off. So you might want to change like your mood because it's not natural. Okay? I'm telling you it as a friend, as somebody that doesn't really quite know you, but knows you well enough that might know you better than what you think. And I was told that you're coming unglued, unhinged. I can't say it on YouTube, that's the thing, otherwise I would. Please feel free to send me a message. I'll definitely let you know there. Damn. They are really saying some incredible things of it tonight. Like flamboyant, gay, legit. They're telling me to be nice. That's funny as shit. And actually, a lot of your spirits that are around you mock you for who you are. And that's true. I agree. Definitely needs to grow up. See, and that's the funny side because the spiritual side that he literally said that he never should have been born. And that's kindly what I was trying to tell you earlier, but I can't really put it the way that they say it. Okay, so just understand that. Um, and I'm being told that they highly agree. And I'm sorry to say, I'm speaking directly what I'm hearing, and this is no personal intent of mine or my thought or anything to you. This is directly what I'm hearing. Okay. You know what's funny, Melissa? I got the big L on him. You know what the L is, right? But it's okay. They are entitled to their thoughts just like I am entitled to my own. But thank you for being humorous. Exactly. Because I'm not going to beat around the bush and tell you that, oh, you're a walking cupcake, because you're fucking not, okay? You're annoying. Yeah, they agree. Hey, Epic, just letting you know I really do not like narcissistic people. Yeah, they do. They must know it's the truth if they're still here. Otherwise, I don't think I would be around if after I just got told all that crap, to be honest with you. So it's either one, they don't care, two, they have no self respect to themselves, let alone to anybody else. So again, they don't care. See, look at that. See how that all got put into one place? It's one category. They don't care. See, Epic, I was exactly right about you. See, and I was being very nice, and then you say, three viewers, truth seeker. Interesting. But the thing is I'm telling the truth. That's why you're still here. And I pulled all the information out of you that I needed to just for you to say that. So, tell me that I'm lying, stupid bastard. No, there definitely are not gay spirits. But anyways, Melissa, do you see exactly what I'm saying about Epic? He tried being funny, but yet I found out the true side of him just by seeing what he's writing on the screen. I mean, to me, that's kind of not ironic, to be honest with you. See, you can pull anything out of anybody if you know how to work them. Yep. Hi, Gabby. How are you? Epic, the only thing that you don't like is the people that people actually see you for who you really are. Maybe it's time for you to change. Maybe it's that energy that you put off that is negative, naive, uncaring, all of it. People see your true colors, but yet you're so blind and stupid that you don't see it. Man, I'm not here to cause trouble. That's not me. I'm not here. See, and that's what I like about myself is that I just tell it how it is, and so do the spirits on the other side. And Epic, they don't like you. They find you just as sarcastic and stupid and bullying as us humans do. I mean, and I'm not saying that they're non-human, but they totally agree. But you're so naive that you wouldn't even believe anything that anybody else tells you. You can have factual information right in front of your face, and you would be like, "Nope, that's not what happened. That's not true. That's not." But it is. It is true. I deal with people like your kind on a daily basis. It's nothing new. And honestly, I'm not here to be mean or anything like that. I'm just telling you the energy that I feel off of you and what the spirit world is saying about you. I'm not making no judgment. In fact, I wish that you were a good person. I mean, but then again, that's free will. That's something I can't change, nor they can change. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being respectful. I'm very respectful, but I'm still going to say what's on my mind. I'm not just going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, you're a good person when you're not. I mean, I'm so sick of fake people. Yeah, they do, actually. They would have a heyday, a blast. Oh, and I'm being told also, Epic, that that was a quote from your past. Not quite exactly sure what that means yet, but I think you're going to find out. And that's not always a good thing. Mm. See, a lot of mediums would be on here, a lot of psychics would be on here, and they'd be bullshitting you guys. I don't do that. You can ask Melissa straight up. She knows me flat down hills from anywhere over 10 years of being friends and whatnot. I am just going to tell you how it is, what I hear, and if you don't like it, that's just too damn bad. Um, I'm not here to sugarcoat shit. I'm here to tell you guys exactly what y'all need to hear. And I'm not going to be fake like all these other damn mediums on here. So if anybody has any questions about family members or anything, let me know. I'm going to kindly get off of that subject with moron. That's what I was told. I'm not calling you that, but that's what they are telling me to tell you, that you are definitely a moron and not to listen to you anymore. And you just like to hype things up and being told to tell you to go piss off. Now, that's your choice. Whatever. That's not me. That's them. Okay? But it was good talking to you. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I'd rather have you here and listening and understanding, because eventually you might find that understanding within yourself. And then you'll be like, you know what? That crazy motherfucker, he was right. That's what I want to see. Not here for the negativity. Yeah, we're done with you. Goodbye, Epic. Have a good night. Be safe. And I'm being told to tell you sweet dreams. Why would I ban you? There needs to be no ban. it's not me you're pissing off, it's your energy that I'm feeling, and it's your naive cockiness about yourself um, that is interfering with my good natured vibe. You definitely do not have a good vibe. But no, I do not need to ban you because you are a free willed person. But if you start harassing anybody in my room, I will remove you myself. So you said not playing at all. SMYC, the Death Angel. They took my friend instead of me, and why I seen it serious thing I want to know. I have asked several spiritually sensitive people, no answers yet. The answer is very sweet and simple for you, Savage, because it wasn't your time. You were not chosen to go. That is the sweet, simple answer that you're looking for. Um, you were kind of put on the back burner. Just wasn't your time. But I am also being told to tell you something about your judgment. Um, your judgment to other people is off, okay? You need to work on that a little bit, and then I think you'll find that true happiness within yourself. And stop thinking about negative all the time. Because when you think about negative, it brings in negative. Okay? Oh, epic. You have no idea how not gay I am. Trust me. So, Melissa, I'm going to add you as a mod. You can do what you want with him. To me, it doesn't bother me. I mean, it is what it is on that part. But I'll let you decide. I'm going to add you as a moderator. Just because, you know, things like him don't get to me. And I said things like him don't get to me. And you'll understand why I say it that way. Because a actual human being that has moral and respect would never talk to anybody like that. So, just saying. Too much pride. You sure about that? I do have a lot of pride, but I also have a lot of respect. Pride and respect are completely different things. But let's see how much pride is lost when I let Melissa decide what she wants to do with you. Add as moderator. All right, so the free will went from my hands to Melissa's hands. She's going to do what she wishes with you. I think she might have the best option to do what she wants with you, but then again, we will find out. I come here to relax, enjoy, and inform. There's something about your mom's coming up, Epic. I just thought I'd let you know. You might want to contact her and let her, or then again, something like you probably doesn't even care. Oh, I know his outcome too. He's going to take his own little pride a little bit too far, and then somebody's going to be knocking at the door. Nope, nothing bad will ever. You're right. Because it already has, Melissa. That's why he's a moron. It's because he went down the wrong path. But it's okay. I'm done explaining. Done wasting my time and energy on a immoral piece of shit. So MS-DOS, why don't you go play with your old computer, since a lot of new computers don't even run MS-DOS. Technically, you can get through it, but it's not that feasible anymore. All right, Melissa, you have the option to do whatever you want to. Not telling that you have to. I mean, but just letting you know that you do have the option to do what you need. Oh no, the spirit said definitely enough about you. Trust me on that one. But yes, Savage, definitely work on that, because I do know that you have been working on your spiritual's path, but you need to be more cautious and worry about your outcomes. Um, Unfortunately, I'm going to reference this towards Epic as well. Um, Work on your path and the outcome. Because I know you definitely do not want to be like this psychopath. Thank you, Savage. I appreciate it. See, I can work 10 hours or more and still have an intellectual conversation with people, just not morons. Yeah, you have any other questions, Savage? Please let me know. Remember, you can't always bullshit a bullshitter. So meditation, I don't really meditate a whole lot. Usually mine just comes in free flowing. I don't really have to do any type of meditation. However, like when I go to bed at night, usually I get a backflow of information that comes through, and that's usually how I work. I get my information either from being awake or while I'm sleeping. I see it visually, I see it audibly, or I hear it audibly. I hear it directly in in my head, as being an empath, medium, psychic, blah. You know what I mean? Um, and a lot of it comes in intuitively as well. But work on yourself, open yourself up, and believe in change, because things can happen, and that's what I'm being told to tell you. Work on yourself, work on the change that needs to happen, and I'm being told that you're doing a good job, because I think that you used to be quite different than what you are now. Sometimes starting over is a new path. It's a new beginning. It's what you're looking for. You don't want to continue walking down the same road that gets you nowhere. Sometimes you have to stop, reset, reevaluate, and just move on. Unfortunately, everybody has struggles. I have struggles myself. Do I listen to everything that comes in? No, I don't. I mean, that can be a bad thing, but then again, yeah, it can be a good thing. But yeah, just take that time, work on yourself as well. And that's what I find a lot of people need, is the working on themselves and working on the environment that they are in. Not around, but in. If you don't like a situation, work hard to change it. Make things better for yourself. Don't continue doing things that do not benefit you, because that's what you're going to end up with. Things that do not benefit you directly. Yeah, it is hard. Um, you just have to really know deep down what you're looking for, and that's the whole message about tonight, is looking deep down, looking at things all the way around. When you slow down, make decisions, okay? Don't make them as a fast, stern decision, but make them well known to yourself, because that way you will know what path to go on, what feels right, what doesn't feel right. You ever have that gut feeling like, man, I shouldn't be doing this? That's usually your internal body saying, hey, something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you feel that way, cut that bridge and go a different way. Yeah, and I'll be coming on more often. So if you ever need advice or anything like that, I am more than willing. I'm like a free book. Um, ask your questions. I mean, just ask. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of an answer. And that's why a lot of people don't ask questions, is because they're afraid of what they might already know or think that they know, but then that information can be being received wrong or being perceived wrong. Okay? Yeah, yeah. You're projecting yourself. That's good. That's a step into actually seeing where you belong. What you need to see. Try looking through that wolf's eyes and see what he's been doing, because maybe that wolf is your guide saying, hey, stop running away from everything else and stand your ground and do what needs to be done. But yes, visions like that, even in dream state, do mean things, okay? And just like I said before, tonight's whole lesson is to accept the good and the bad, to be able to make changes. Do you think it was a coincidence that you showed up into my live tonight with the same thing that we were talking about tonight? My title had nothing to do with what I was speaking about, um, but you're in the same situation. You came in here for a reason, and that reason is a path that you need to be put on. But definitely do not be afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn. Learn from your mistakes. So one thing I learned tonight, okay, was evil can come and go. The good can come and go. The okay can come and go. It just depends on what you hold on to. You know what I mean? Like, what do you seek? What are you truly looking for? What information are you needing? Um, be a little more open-minded, but yet be a little bit more closed-minded. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, be open to new possible things, but be very aware and conservative on the new changes that are going in your life. And I do feel like there was a recent mistake, Savage, that you ended up making, because I was told that there was a mistake. And I think that you definitely, yes, there was. There's definitely a mistake that you made, and you realized it, but you are looking to correct it. Am I right on this? Sometimes you have to force yourself, Green Man, to make a situation better. You have to force it. You are in a loop. You're stuck. You're not able to move on or want to move on. I don't really want to say that. It's not that you don't want to move on. It's almost like you're afraid or you're scared to move on, okay? Does that make sense? And I get it, Angel. Trust is a very hard thing. No, I think you're good. No, I think you're definitely good. You see, the problem is you think negative about yourself. That's why you're not eating. That's why you're not sleeping. That's why you're not motivated. You're not physically motivated. You're not mentally motivated. You feel like you're in a slum. You don't feel like you can get out of anything. You feel like you're a complete failure. But that's where you need to draw a circle on a piece of paper and say enough is enough and draw that line through it, okay? Draw that line completely through it. I see it. I feel it from you. I feel that you've been working on this, but you feel like you failed. You do not need to be a failure. Do not follow the same footstep that put you in that same position, okay? Understand yourself. Understand the situation. And I want you to literally do that. A lot of people that I do help, I tell them draw a circle and put a line through that circle. And then look at each point. Look at each point where that line touches on that circle. And I want you to go off the page, through the circle, and through the other side of the circle. There's going to be 2 points that you can break off. Yeah, I see. I knew you were in a stuck situation. You're not able to move on. There is something holding you back. I do know that. I'm being told that there, and there's something about financials as well as a money situation is holding you back, um, and something about a job coming forward for you, or something about your current job. And no mistake, I mean, yep. Okay, yeah. So I'm being told that you do need to manifest that second job, and that's what I was picking up on was the job, because I literally heard flat out it was a job that you were seeking. Okay, put your foot in that door. Let them know what you want. Be stern, but don't be over stern. Watch your boundaries. Do not overstep your. I don't want to really say this, but don't overstep your welcome, because I feel like there is a energy within yourself that sometimes you get a little bit frustrated by the way things are not going to your advantage, and you tend to let that out. You tend to release that in situations and times that you don't need to. Okay. And I'm also being told to tell you something about your spiritual believings, Triple Angel. Okay? Definitely your spiritual believings, your spiritual path, your guidance, your all this. Um, Follow your instincts. That is what you need to follow. This is all coming through my spirit guide, telling me exactly how you are feeling, what to trust, what not to trust, everything. Yep. But I'm choosing to just leave. What's holding me back is my cat, who I have spiritually connected with. I have to find her a home with a friend before I have. Okay. Um, One big thing that I've noticed, you can believe, but have you talked with God? Have you asked him, hey, God, this is what's going on? Because I'm not feeling any connection with you directly trying to get a connection with him. Now, spiritually, yes, but I do not feel the direct connection. So that could be the belief thing that I was talking about, the spiritual belief, as believing in him, not just thinking that he's real, but actually believing. And see, that's a big thing too that people need to work on. Believe things. Don't just think things. If you keep thinking things, nothing comes up from that. All you leave yourself is wondering, doubt, confusion. Yeah, you need to give up on your anger, because I feel like you throw that in the wrong direction a lot. And it's actually caused some issues before in the past. They are not going to tell me what they are, because that is not none of my business, is what I'm being told. But I'm being told that that was definitely a big issue in the past. Leave your anger behind, move forward, move on. And I'm being told, whatever hurdle that you are going through right now, jump over it. I'm also being told that you've been looking for spiritual guidance. Is that correct? But I'm definitely being told that your anger does change things. Not for the best. That's why I'm choosing to be homeless rather than live with this dude, remove myself from the issue. And yes, I'm still trying to grow my relationship with God. Good, because one thing that he does not like is, I'm going to directly say what I heard. He does not like to be used. But he wants you to feel the fulfillment. Do you understand what I'm saying? God does not like to be used. However, he's able to help you fulfill your dreams if you allow him to. And I'm being told to tell you one more thing, okay? Quit procrastinating. You will get nowhere. And I don't feel that it's a procrastination on your living situation. It's definitely something else. It's your uncertainty, struggles. No, I was just referencing that to anybody, actually. God does not like to feel like he's being used. He's there to help you, but he does not want, how do I explain this in a very contextual way? Um, he wants to be there to help you and guide you, but he does not want you to seek his help if you don't fully believe or you don't fully understand why he is who he is. Okay, good. But anyways, I'm going to get off of here. I will talk to everybody tomorrow. I will try to be on tomorrow night, so definitely come in, check everything out. I'll be expressing a new whatever it is that they decide to tell me to talk to you guys about. It was a blessing that y'all came in here tonight. I definitely enjoyed it. That's the thing. Toothbrush is a lot of people don't realize that the Bible was written by man, not by God himself. You could throw anything in a book and make it believable if it's thousands and centuries years old. But the knowledge that I get is not from a book. It is not directly dictated by any human being. It is spiritual belief and spiritualism itself, talking and communicating with spirits as well, learning what is on the other side without looking up anything in context. So I hope that you 100% understand what I'm coming from, because I'll tell you right now, I never believed in God until I opened up being a psychic. I will tell you that right now. Yes, anything human man made can be altered or taken out. It's just like history. I'll use this as a prime example and then I'll get going. Why are we not able to talk about the Confederate or anything like that anymore? Why are we not allowed to have statues? It's because they want all that hidden from the knowledge of public access. Now, anybody like me or anybody that's sensitive or anything like that, future on down the road, they're going to understand completely. They're going to be like, oh, well, I was talking with a Confederate soldier. People are going to be like, what was a Confederate soldier? What does that mean? There's no history about it. That is why I am here to help you guys, to put you on the right path. I do not need a book to understand what I am taught or what I am trying to teach you guys. It's not how I work. And you're very welcome. And you have a good night too, Melissa. I'll talk to you guys later.
I don't read the Bible or go to church. I believe in demons and devils that would have in their churches nowadays.
So actually, I ordained, or a unregistered church now can actually have demons in it. Uh, Maybe that's what we'll talk tomorrow about, is demons and how they actually affect your mind thinking, your mindsets, your offsets, what you would normally do, what you wouldn't normally do, um, the signs of having a demonic possession, things like that. That's what I will get into tomorrow. So be back tomorrow. It'll probably be, I don't know, about the same time as tonight. Probably 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I would hope to see everybody then, and that's what I will be talking about. And remember, seen it on Seen From Within. Peace out, guys.